to use new technologies to secure the American people and at the same time be better stewards of the environment.
You have questions, we have answers.
Listen carefully.
You can't really be against hydrofracking and say you're an environmentalist because immediately the default options are fuels that are much less clean.
For the next hour, Shawn Wilson explores the energy industry with news and interviews from around the corner and around the globe.
Nuclear is one of the directions that we should innovate in.
The Exploring Energy Show begins now.
And a very, very good Thursday morning to you, ladies and gentlemen. And it looks like rain outside. Probably 100% chance of rain, except for Elk City. Probably 10 to 15%, sadly. Anyway, we can't curse the rain in western Oklahoma because you never know when it's going to come back. We could sure use a good soaker, no doubt about it. Grandma's House, they're at Elk City Meals on Wheels campus, 1510 West 9th Street. And call in an order, 225-5821. You can also find out how you can help support this wonderful program. They're open from 11 to 1 Monday through Friday. Today on this Thursday, the 27th, chicken, bacon, ranch pasta, green bean, salad, breadstick, and cherry dump cake. Chicken, bacon, ranch pasta. Also, green bean, salad, breadstick, and cherry dump cake. That's what's on the menu. They're open from 11 to 1 Monday through Friday. Everyone is welcome at Grandma's House. Also, playitlive.net, Elk City Youth Baseball Softball season. They're here. Don't miss a single moment. Every game with playitlive.net. All the home games, home being here in Elk City at Ackley Park and all the softball or baseball fields at the Fiveplex. Real-time action from all the fields. No delays, no waiting. Check out the archive section when you subscribe to playitlive.net. And the golf tournament this Saturday, it's Swing for a Cause. Brought to you by, well, the women's ministry at One Church Women's Ministry. Bring your own cart if you can. Limited carts are available at the course. Call them. Call Brittany. Get in this tournament. Together we drive to hope forward with the Thrive Women's Ministry. 799-5678 if you'd like to be a part of it. It's a 4-man scramble. 799-5678. Contact Brittany. Swing for a Cause. That's this Saturday at the Greens Golf Course in Burns Flat. Again, all proceeds will support One Church of Elk City's ministries team as they go out and bless the world. Free books delivered to you right in the Elk City area. All you have to do is call 225-0136. That's the library. The Friends of the Carnegie Library will throw those books in the Carnegie Caravan and bring them right to you. And if you're having trouble reading regular print, ask them about a free program that can help with that. It's the Carnegie Caravan. Friends of the Carnegie Library. 225-0136. The Elk City Elkcats up in Colorado. Okay, yeah. Elk City softball in Colorado for the Trojan Invitational. Elk City hosts Shawnee tomorrow night. It's also Little Cheer Night at Big Elk Stadium. Big Elk football starts tomorrow evening. You can see all that action for both those teams on BigElkTV.com. Brought to you by Wendy Nissan. Again, all games are free to watch on BigElkTV.com. And you can join BigElkTV.com as a subscriber to unlock past games and season archives. Good stuff. And the 88th Annual Elk City Rodeo of Champions. Dr. Pepper Night's Friday night, September 4th, first night of the rodeo. Kids 12 and under can get in free to bleacher seating with a Dr. Pepper can. Does not have to have Dr. Pepper in it, but a Dr. Pepper can gets kids 12 and under in free on Dr. Pepper Night, which is Friday. Saturday morning, the parade, 10 a.m. That's free for everybody to come down and enjoy. And then Sunday night, it's Wear Purple to the Rodeo, September 6th. Bring awareness to Alzheimer's and dementia. Comedy is provided by Shawn Boom Boom Thompson this year. They'll provide the laughs and the giggles. Again, they've got bleacher seats and now reserved seating in the grandstands. You don't have to worry about getting there early. When you buy tickets to the grandstand, you're going to be sitting in row 6, 1, 2, and 3, or whatever the case may be, and those will be your seats. Okay, it's $20 to $35 for reserved grandstand seating, depending on where you are in the grandstands. Okay, it's $20 to $25 for reserved south chair back seating. $12 to $14 for bleacher seating. $10 to $12 for kids, bleacher seating only, ages 6 to 12. You can go online, get your tickets now, elkcityrodeo.com. That's elkcityrodeo.com. Or you can buy them beginning Monday at Circle A Western Wear, Barber, Dyson, Ford, or at the ticket office at Butler Brothers Rodeo Arena. That's starting Monday. You can buy tickets at any one of those three outlets, or like I said, online, elkcityrodeo.com. All right, let's see here. Oh, Jimmy Clark. Yeah, my lovely assistant. It's her birthday today. She's not going to be here. So she got her birthday off for this morning anyway. She had a note from her doctor. She had a doctor's appointment. Going to miss Tony, but happy birthday to Tony Lamar, formerly Tony Schnoder of Taco Bell, or Taco Factory fame, pardon me. Not Taco Bell for sure. Anywho, get right to it here this morning. Some energy stock prices as they've been affected a little bit about the news coming out of Iran and Oman. WTI crude prices up 22 cents, trading at $82.45 a barrel in September contract, New York Mercantile Exchange. And Brent crude oil in the ICE Futures Exchange out of London, trading up 61 cents to $88.45 a barrel. Tocom crude oil in Japan up 290 yen per kiloliter. New York Mercantile Exchange natural gas up 5 cents, getting closer to that $3 mark. $2.89 per million BTU. RBOB gasoline up 98 cents to $332.99. Heating oil down $6.90 to $419.10. And gas oil down $17.50, trading at $1,222 even per metric ton. Okie dokie. All right, so oil kind of went down yesterday, back up a little bit today. And, all right, TJ's listening, for crying out loud. Yeah, sorry about the Taco Bell deal. I know, I'm old. Slip of the tongue. It was Taco Factory for show. Anyway, crude oil prices took another drop for a third trading session yesterday as Iran and Oman moved ahead with plans for a temporary maritime corridor through the strategic Strait of Hormuz. Iranian Deputy Foreign Minister Kazim Gharibabadi said both countries agreed on a temporary route and intend to negotiate a permanent corridor within 30 to 60 days, according to Tissim. No timeline has been given for when the temporary deal to reopen the critical waterway would begin. It's because they really don't have control of that waterway. Anyhow, so prices slid a little bit yesterday. They're back up just a little bit today. So it's, like I said, it's kind of a yo-yo deal. Came across this right here. Oklahoma, one of the cheapest places to live in the United States. According to this report, Oklahoma has some bragging rights when it comes to the cost of living as compared to other states. It is ranked as the cheapest state to live in, according to a report by the World Population Review. I remember meeting a guy from California that moved to Mangum, and he said he just Googled it and says, hey, where's the cheapest place to live in the United States? And it said Mangum, Oklahoma. And so he moved there. Anyway, the state's cost of living index as laid out in the report is 86.0, better than the next two cheapest states. West Virginia was at 88.3, Mississippi at 87.3. The report explained the cheapest states to live in typically have significantly lower housing costs, which make up for the largest share of overall living expenses. The cost of living index is based on several categories, including utilities such as electricity, natural gas and water, transportation such as gasoline, car costs, and public transit and housing. The new ranking is even lower than the first quarter of 2026, as reported by the Missouri Economic Research Information Center. Some of the key findings. This is not going to be any surprise. The most expensive states to live in. Hawaii is the most expensive state to live in with a cost of living index of 185. Whew. The three most expensive states, Hawaii, again, 185. California, right? In second place with 142.3. Massachusetts, 141.2. Most expensive states to live in are driven primarily by housing costs that can be 2 to 3 times higher than the national average. If you don't believe that, watch some of those shows on HGTV where they're selling houses, and it's like 1,100 square foot, 1.2 million. You're like, what in the world? But anyway, cost of living by state varies significantly across the United States. Again, Hawaii costs nearly twice as much as Oklahoma. The cost of living index uses that national average 100 as a baseline. States above 100 are more expensive than average, while states below 100 are cheaper. Cost of living varies dramatically across states because, again, cost of houses 2 to 3 times higher and than like in Mississippi and Kansas. Well, anyway, it measures, again, the cost of living index is calculated from 6 categories: housing, rent, and home prices, groceries, food costs, of course, utilities, electric, gas, water, transportation, gasoline, car costs, public transit, healthcare, medical services and insurance, and miscellaneous expenses, clothing, entertainment, and services. It's kind of ironic that they didn't talk anything about taxes in their rankings. I would assure that would make some of them higher and some of them lower. But nonetheless, Oklahoma has that designation. Cheapest place to live in the United States, according to that report. I'm going to take a quick break and be back with more of the Exploring Energy Thursday edition, the Tony Lamar birthday edition, right after this.
The Exploring Energy Show.
Summer is still scorching across Oklahoma, but relief is just around the corner. And you can start cooling down your car payment today at Cummins Ford Lincoln in Weatherford. Drive home in a new 2026 Ford F-150, built to take all the heat you can give it. With rugged capability, advanced technology, and the dependability you expect from Ford, there's no better time to upgrade your ride. Cummins Ford Lincoln in Weatherford, just off I-40, or online at CumminsFordWeatherford.com. Built Ford tough.
Out here in western Oklahoma, you can't settle for building something average. You need to build something that lasts for generations to come. At Cyclone Metal Buildings by Culverstone, owners Damon Culver and Terry Stone bring together the strength of the ranch and the style of the city. Custom barnuminiums that turn heads. Metal buildings built tough enough for Oklahoma, but designed to feel like home. Wide open living spaces, clean lines, and smart design. From a working shop to a high-end barndo, this is where function meets finish. When you build with Damon and Terry, you're building with guys who know this land and know how to build homes right. Every home built is more than just a project. It's personal. From Damon drawing up the blueprints to Terry making sure every last detail is absolutely perfect. Start your custom build today, designed for the way you live. Visit Culverstone Homes in Elk City and see what happens when grit meets style. Cyclone Metal Buildings by Culverstone. Built for the land, designed for the way you live.
Sound familiar? At Mattress Firm, we understand there are many problems that can keep you up at night, like snoring, aches and pains, or sleeping hot. Our sleep experts have the unrivaled know-how to match you with a mattress that can help. And now, save up to $1,400 on Tempur-Pedic Split King sleep systems. For the great sleep you deserve, visit Mattress Firm. We make sleep easy. Restrictions apply. See store or website for details.
Save time and money when you purchase a new zero-turn mower from DJ's Rentals and Sales. Select Cub Cadet, Hustler, and Spartan mowers in stock have huge discounts for a limited time. With a zero-turn mower, you'll spend less time mowing and more time doing things you enjoy, like golfing or going to the lake. The savings are amazing. Stop by 911 South Main in Elk City and see all they have to offer. Check them out online at djsrental.com.
Why is the Elk City Rodeo so special? We think it's because it features some of the world's best cowboys and cowgirls. We also believe conversation with friends over a burger and a cold drink is pretty enjoyable. And for a few hours, we forget all about life's worries. This is Pro Rodeo announcer Wayne Brooks inviting you to the Elk City Rodeo September 4th, 5th, and 6th. Brought to you by Barber Dyson Ford. Tickets are on sale at elkcityrodeo.com. It's time for the best in Pro Rodeo. It's the Elk City Rodeo September 4th through the 6th. See you there.
A generator is something that is out of sight and out of mind until you actually need it. Do you own a generator? Is it serviced and ready to provide backup power when you need it? A well-maintained generator gives you peace of mind during a power outage. Whether it's home or commercial, all generators need to be serviced regularly. Culver Electric provides reliable generator service all over western Oklahoma. Call today and discuss a service plan to fit your needs. 580-243-5846. See us on Facebook or go to culverelectric.net.
A guy in Altus buys an RV from a fellow in El Reno. The transaction came about through the penny news. The power of the penny news is a force of nature.
Stay informed with the latest news from the energy industry on the Exploring Energy Show.
Alrighty, we are back at it here on this Thursday. The show brought to you in part by Sustaining Oklahoma's Energy Resources, SOAR. For a complete list or to register for SOAR's upcoming educational opportunities, you can visit www.oerb.com. Sustaining Oklahoma's Energy Resources, continuing to keep our industry educated. And they're putting on the longest running, the largest oil and gas expo in the state of Oklahoma. Bennett Event Center, October the 15th. Mark your calendars. There'll be thousands of people in attendance. Hopefully you're one of them. Come by and see us at the Exploring Energy Radio booth there, close to the food, I can promise you. Pre-registration, it's free to attend. All you got to do is pre-register online. Again, okoilexpo.com. And if you're still looking to maybe exhibit, they have some of those opportunities still available. That's okoilexpo.com. Lipscomb Auto Dealerships. In there yesterday talking to Andy Macias, getting ready for the insurance to finally release my funding so I can finally get my new Colorado. But I tell you, everybody there just is as nice as they can be. Again, that hometown country comfort feel, exactly what I experienced through this whole process. Again, it's Lipscomb, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram in Elk City, out on exit 40 off I-40. Lipscomb Chevrolet and GMC, the Chevy house south of the airport on Old 66, and, of course, Lipscomb Ford in Sayre. Great selection of Fords there. When you purchase a vehicle, you want to be sure that it performs to its fullest potential. You also want to make sure that it fits your budget. Affordable monthly payment. Don't prejudge your credit. Go in there and tell them what you got, show them what you got, tell them what you need, and they'll show you what they can do for you. It's that simple. You don't ask, you don't get. That's how it works. Go to Lipscomb. Tell them I sent you. I highly recommend Lipscomb Auto Dealerships. You can find more on Facebook. One Source Control Products LLC, now open in Weatherford. They've been there for a while now, but Agency Supply, that's the old Agency Supply building, right there on 400 South Access Road. It is now home to One Source Control Products Weatherford. That phone number at the Weatherford location, 330-1161. Pipe, valves, and fittings, regulators, controls, hydraulic hoses and fittings, lubricants, gloves, tapes, batteries, welding supplies, and iron and metal on site, like angle iron, square tubing, channel iron, expanded metal, several other items. Consumables such as soap and salt sticks, you can find those there at One Source. And One Source has a highly trained workforce in their pump repair shop. Their pump repair technicians can handle any of your pump repairs from methanol to glycol. Their repair technicians work on all Chemray, Tex-Team, and Western pumps. Bring in your core, pick up a rebuilt, take it out. So easy. Locations in Elk City, Canadian, Texas, and in Weatherford. Find out more online, One Source OK, the numeral onesourceok.com. Fred's Steakhouse is still home to the $4.99 chicken fried steak, the famous $4.99 chicken fried steak, hand battered, served daily, country gravy, house-made mashed potatoes. Their appetizers are second to none. Fred's Steakhouse, your destination for family-friendly dining. Stuff for the kids, stock full for the pickiest of young eaters. Also the burgers and sandwiches, seafood, chicken. The list goes on and on. Add a little extra flavor to any of your dish with grilled mushrooms or grilled onions. Salad, soup de jour, soup of the day. They got it all. And you can top off your dining experience with fresh in-house made desserts. Let me emphasize fresh desserts. Fred's also has a full-service bar with your favorite cocktail, specialty drinks, wines, and ice-cold beer. And Fred's Steakhouse can host your private event. Located at 2107 South Main Street in Elk City. Dine in, take out, or order online on the Chow Now app. Open 7 days a week, 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Call 243-2100. Okay, let me get a drink here. Good old Java. Continental Resources significantly expands their Permian Basin position with acquisition of Firebird Energy. Out of Oklahoma City, Continental Resources announced that it was entered into an agreement to acquire Firebird Energy, LLC, a portfolio company of Quantum Capital Group. The acquisition of Firebird, which owns approximately 54,000 net acres in the Midland Basin, significantly expands Continental Permian Basin's position and adds high-quality oil-weighted production and development inventory adjacent to its existing operations. The acquisition includes approximately 147,000 net resource acres across more than 6 stacked play reservoirs and is 95% operated. The assets are currently producing approximately 32,000 barrels of oil equivalent per day, 69% of which is oil, and includes 307 gross operated development locations. The transaction marks the latest step in Continental's continued expansion in the Permian. Over the last 14 months, the company has grown its Permian acreage by more than 40%, inclusive of this Firebird acquisition, if it does continue to go through. The Permian is integral to Continental's portfolio. We're extremely encouraged by the results we're seeing from our teams and our assets in the basin, said Doug Lawler, President and Chief Executive Officer of Continental Resources. This acquisition builds directly on that momentum. Firebird is a proven track record of value creation and has built significant scale in the heart of the Midland Basin. And we look forward to building on the strong foundation their team has established. Yada, 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 yada. But nonetheless, they saw this Firebird, saw it was up for acquisition, and have started paperwork to make that happen. So it's Continental Resources, man, they got it going on. They understand what's going on, and of course we had talked about it, but it's the acquisition further strengthens Continental's ability to apply its decades of unconventional development expertise across a larger, more contiguous Permian Basin position. The additional scale is expected to create opportunities for operational efficiencies, longer-term development planning, and continued optimization across the company's portfolio. And, of course, they're getting into the international situation with Argentina. As Harold Ham sees, he sees where the oil is, knows where to go to get it. And so congratulations to Continental Resources as they grow their assets there in the Permian. Of course, they've been a main player down there for quite some time, but 40% added to their Permian just by this Firebird acquisition. So that's also a good thing. Okay, so Ovintiv, also heavy in the Permian, announces Permian and Montney inventory additions. The Ovintiv Inc., they provided an update on its 2026 ground game acquisition program. On a year-to-date basis, the company has entered into over 60 transactions, which will result in the addition of approximately 41,000 net acres for Ovintiv of land across its Montney and Permian assets for a total acquisition cost of approximately $460 million. Transaction will add 240 net 10,000-foot equivalent well locations to Ovintiv's drilling inventory. The assets are being acquired at an attractive valuation of approximately $11,000 per net acre. Approximately $1.3 million to $1.7 million per well location when adjusted for minimal production volumes from those assets. In the Permian, Ovintiv is acquiring approximately 21,000 net acres of land, 120 total well locations in the Midland Basin for approximately $230 million. In the Montney, Ovintiv is acquiring approximately 20,000 net acres there. So Ovintiv expects the remaining transactions to close before the end of this year. So again, more M&E, more mergers and acquisitions. And Ovintiv, they are a major player down there as well. But Continental keeping pace. It's pretty good stuff. We'll take a quick break at the bottom of the hour. Be back with more of the Thursday edition of the Exploring Energy Radio Show right after this.
Stay informed with the latest news from the energy industry on the Exploring Energy Show.
Alignment is you're driving down the road. Does your vehicle drive straight? Does it pull to the left, to the right? Because there's factors. I mean, it could be the tires. If you distinguish that it's not the tires, then our smooth roads in this part of the country do wear and tear your car. And, we have to make slight adjustments to get them back to make your tires last the longer times. You are adjusting the camber and caster, which is the tires, the way they're pitched in and out, backwards and forwards. It's the wear on the tires and the drivability if it pulls left and right. My gentleman that does the alignments has been here 14 years. It's not like somebody that's just in and out. He's learned over the years all the tricks and trades. The machines are very expensive nowadays, but they are well worth it. L&R Tire, the home of Bridgestone Firestone tires. 1204 South Main, Elk City, Oklahoma. 225-TIRE. 225-8473. We know how important your car is to you.
Hey folks, this is EJ Gretaman with ASCO Equipment out of Elk City, Oklahoma. If you need rental equipment, I got your back. From excavators to wheel loaders, telehandlers, and forklifts, we rent the brands that you know and trust. With flexible terms, responsible service, and expert support, we're here to keep your job on track. Need equipment? We're on it here at ASCO Equipment. Visit ASCOEQ.com or stop by our Elk City branch, 513 West 20th here in Elk City, Oklahoma, or you can just give me a call, 580-243-9233. Appreciate it, folks, and y'all have a blessed day.
When you look in the mirror and see straight pearly whites, you know it's going to be a good day. When you show off that beautiful smile to others and they smile right back, your day gets even better. That's what Invisalign can give you. They're clear aligners you wear in your mouth. No wires, no brackets, no metal. Most people won't even know you're wearing them. But when you're done, you get to have straight teeth that'll make you want to smile. I'm Dr. Jamie Cameron at Southwest Dentistry and Cosmetics in Weatherford. We're having a huge savings event on Invisalign September 17th and 18th. That's up to $1,000 off Invisalign treatment. Spots are limited, so call to see if you're a candidate. 816-6700. 816-6700. Southwest Dentistry and Cosmetics in Weatherford, catty corner to Walgreens, where we treat you like family and do life-changing dentistry. Saving up to $1,000 on a beautiful smile is worth the call. 816-6700. 816-6700.
Craving a real steak? Fred's Steakhouse in Elk City is firing up flavors 7 days a week. The grill is always hot and the steaks are always fresh. From juicy char-grilled ribeyes, fillets, and sirloins to chicken fried steak, hearty burgers, seafood, and chicken, there's something for everyone. Don't forget the appetizers, salads, and desserts to top it off. Bring your appetite. We'll handle the rest. Dine in or order online now on the DoorDash app. It's more than just a steakhouse. It's Fred's.
You get a cup of coffee, you walk up to the cashier to pay, and there it is, a world of possibilities right there at your fingertips. The Penny News, our free gift to you.
This is the Exploring Energy Show.
This Exploring Energy Show brought to you by Arc Energy in Elk City. They're expanding, moving across the road to a bigger facility. I say they're moving. They just expanded. They opened up another yard across the road. That's what they're doing. They're growing. And if you'd like to be a part of this growth, experienced ASME welders, ASME welders are needed. A certified forklift operator and entry-level hydro testers. Now, they'll train these hydro testers. That's entry level. Offering competitive pay plus medical insurance, paid time off, matching 401k. If you don't want to travel, you want to work right here at home, this is an opportunity. If you're looking to work for an established, solid, and growing company, Arc Energy's it. Apply in person, 3413 South Highway 6 in Elk City, or online at Arc Energy. That's arcenergy.com. ARC Energy is an equal opportunity employer. And when your operation runs on equipment, you have to keep that equipment running. If you don't make money. How do you do it? Well, proper maintenance. Proper is the word. I mean, maintenance is one thing, but proper maintenance, that's another thing. Get just about everything your engines need at Camrock Supply in Elk City. buy in bulk at Camrock Supply. Save time, save money. Right next to Fred's Steakhouse on South Main Street in Elk City. Got a beautiful building. It's Camrock Supply. Online, camrocksupply.com. That's camrocksupply.com. 3 local guys with local ties doing business with their community. Okay. Talk a lot about geothermal here. Probably not as much as I should, but it's just now starting to really gain some traction. Well, the Trump administration's geothermal push gets a big test in the Utah desert. Future of geothermal energy, a renewable resource that has charged up conservatives and liberals alike. It's being charted in a scrubby patch of sagebrush halfway between Las Vegas and Salt Lake City. That's where a federally funded field laboratory just began a vanguard test that may show whether fracking techniques used to produce oil can also tap underground heat to produce energy. At the moment, there are scant places around the globe with the right properties to generate geothermal electricity. The current test, however, could make a case for geothermal plants virtually anywhere. Christy McLean, manager of Utah Forge, the Energy Department Field Laboratory, said she was excited and nervous as her crew started pumping water into the ground. It's really butterflies, she said. With geothermal technology, we have seen that initial lift off, and we're advancing significantly in what we can do economically. I want to try to make it affordable. The new drilling techniques are expensive. The industry is still tiny, and the sole public player, Fervo Energy Company, has had a chilly reception on public markets. However, if the new strategies work, the upside is immense. Proponents say a gusher of electricity that is cheap, constant, and nearly emission-free. And while the Trump administration has severed federal support of solar and wind farms, it is still spending to try to make green energy happen in the Utah desert. Now, geothermal energy is nothing new. Okay, engineers have been tapping the earth for steam for decades, but only in relatively rare regions where they could find underground reservoirs of water. At the moment, there are about 100 geothermal plants in the U.S. That's more than I thought when I came across this story, but supplying somewhere around 0.4% of the country's electricity. Recently, however, engineers and entrepreneurs have started working on a new approach using the same drilling techniques that we have for oil and natural gas, the fracking to create underground reservoirs where there were none. Water pumped down the well, expands little cracks in the rock, and then returns to the surface via another well, a so-called closed-loop system, essentially a subterranean steam plant that can spin power turbines up top for extended periods of time, if not indefinitely. Forge, the company, which stands for Frontier Observatory for Research in Geothermal Energy, was launched during the Obama administration, primarily to test the thesis. More recently, Fervo and other startups have joined the push. Preliminary tests from Forge and Fervo, which has drilled in the desert nearby, were promising. The goal, according to McLean, is to make geothermal energy possible pretty much anywhere on Earth where the Earth bubbles or burbles at 200 degrees Celsius within 5 or so kilometers of the surface. This would put much of the American West on the map for geothermal electricity, theoretically precluding a host of new fossil fuel plants. But McLean and other scientists have a few concerns, of course. The test at Forge, which may last up to 4 months, is designed to figure out if the regurgitated water will stay hot for an extended period or cool to the point where it won't generate the steam for electrical generation. Scientists also fret over whether all the drilling and the pumping will trigger earthquakes, of course, and how much water will be lost in the process, a sensitive issue given the extended drought in much of the American West. There's potential, said Anik Ageli, a senior research analyst at Wood Mackenzie, an energy analytics firm, but the risk is relatively in repeatability. Okay? That's the risk. Is it repeatability? Can they repeat itself? We need a bit more in the way of milestones to see how things will go. While there are geothermal hotspots around the world, namely in Iceland and Kenya, the U.S. has 2 critical ingredients, an abundance of open space and a glut of fracking know-how. The Energy Department reckons there's enough potential geothermal energy to power the country 5 times over. Perhaps because of those things, geothermal is arguably the only renewable energy technology garnering widespread bipartisan support. Since 2020, the government has committed $238 million to Forge, and the Trump administration has kept incentives for geothermal largely intact. In part because of that funding, the cost of building new geothermal capacity in the U.S. is now on par with other renewable resources and cheaper than coal plants, offshore wind farms, and nuclear, according to a recent report from Lazard, Inc. Of course, the AI boom, artificial intelligence, meanwhile, has improved economics on the demand side as developers hustle to lock up pretty much any power generation they can get. Geothermal is a less volatile source than solar and wind, a major plus for those in the business of running large language models 24 hours a day. Fervo already has an agreement to feed power to Alphabet Inc. Though it doesn't expect to generate any geothermal electricity in Utah until the fourth quarter of this year. Its shares have fallen by nearly 40% since it went public in May on fears revenue may lag expectations. So if this Forge test goes well, McGlynn said focus will shift to drilling further into the earth where temperatures are hotter. We all know about how hot it is here in western Oklahoma when you get down there around 5 miles deep. More efficiently, being able to go deeper for cheaper is how I say it, McGlynn explained. Eventually, we can unlock geothermal to be everywhere. I still want to do a little more research on this deal because the story is kind of, they talk about fracturing, and I guess it's just fracturing around the initial borehole and not like into lateral lines because they act like they're going down 4 and 5 miles deep. They're not acting like they're going 4 and 5 miles, on the 90, if you will. So geothermal, we talk about it. There's more geothermal wells now on the Big Hughes rig count than there has been for, since I've been getting it. They're listed as miscellaneous wells, but they're geothermal wells. And like this story said, and I've said before on this show, geothermal's not everywhere. However, with this story and with this technology, if they drill deep enough, they're going to find enough heat. Now, can they get that water down hole, get it hot enough, and by the time it gets to the top, is it going to still be hot enough to produce the steam to turn the turbines? Basically, steam is the same thing that powers nuclear electrical generation. The heat from that nuclear fission comes, it makes that water hot, that steam, they use that steam and it powers turbines. This is the same thing, only there's no radioactive fallout or issues. And how many of these well bores in the United States right now could be going in there and reworked to be geothermal wells? It remains to be seen. I'm hopeful in this testing process, and I think that I'm definitely going to keep an eye on that because it's going to be an opportunity for, and it's going to be like any other electrical generation. When it first starts out, it's not going to be able to replace fossil fuel electrical generation like natural gas powered generation or coal fired generation immediately. It's going to take time. The one good thing about this deal is how they get down in the hole and do the fracking is the exact same equipment and crews we use to get hydrocarbons out of the earth. So the same drilling companies and the same service companies would be needed and used within this industry. So that's good news. So the people that are in the oil and gas industry, unlike the wind industry or the solar energy, are still going to be able to stay busy, maybe even busier for some of these companies with geothermal if this test goes well. It's going to be interesting to see. But when I came across the story, I thought, well, I gotta share that because we as Americans, we as human beings, we need to understand that not all of we need to put all of our eggs in one basket. I talk about that all the time here. Look at what Canada's doing with 70% of their exports coming to here. Now they're throwing a wall-eyed fit. I'm in a commission sales. You think I would take a customer that had 70% of my sales and start whining about stuff? No way. Anyhow, it'll be interesting. That's geothermal. If we can get that up and going and provide another safe energy source that keeps our oil field drilling and service companies busy, I'm all for it. Going to take a quick break. Be back with the mop-up segment without Tony this morning. So I'll be giving you the weather and energy stock prices. Stick around. We'll continue right after this.
This is the Exploring Energy Show.
People call it hay wrap, but the technical term is net wrap. Our net wrap is like the strongest in the industry. It has a 12-month UV stabilizer so it don't break down, and it holds your bells together longer and makes it more worth your money. The cheaper stuff only lasts, I feel, if you wrap it, probably a couple months, and it's going to start breaking down when you try to move your bells. This one lasts a good over a year. Holds it tight. They want to keep their hay good, so it's good for their cows and horses, not getting moldy and breaking apart when they're trying to move it and lose half of it down the road. There's like handles that's made on the roll because they're long and they're pretty heavy, but this makes it where you can pick it up and put it in there. It's not so bulky and you have to manhandle it so bad. It's the green and yellow brand colors, and everybody likes that color just because it holds up better and is stronger, and I've had a lot of good feedback from it. People can come get this hay wrap at Camrock Supply. 2111 South Main in Elk City. We're right south of Fred's.
Hey, John, got any vacation plans this summer?
Not yet. Why?
Because at Windy Nissan, we're making it easy to hit the road during our Summer Day sales events.
With deals like what?
A 2026 Nissan Kick starting at just $24,455, up to $4,000 off new Muranos, and 0% financing for 60 months on select Rogues.
Oh, that's enough to put anyone in a summer mood.
And with military and college graduate savings available, the deals just keep getting better.
Don't miss the Summer Day sales event at Windy Nissan,
where everyone is family.
Think you've got what it takes to own the stage? Enter Sugar Creek Casino's karaoke contest and prove it. 3 qualifying rounds will be held on September 4th, 5th, and the 11th at 7:30 p.m. with finals on September 12th. First place will win $1,500 cash in advance to the Talent Quest Internationals in Fort Worth, Texas. Over $5,000 will be awarded. Don't miss your chance to bring it on, only at Sugar Creek Casino off I-40 exit 101.
Today, the people of Oklahoma oil and natural gas are still at it, producing reliable, affordable energy, while restoring the land around the wells that powered our past. Thanks to them, the technology driving exploration and production is second to none. One rig does the work of dozens. Learn more about the people of Oklahoma oil and natural gas. See what they do for this state and why they do it at OERB.com.
Try the penny news for your business. It's the little paper with a big punch.
This is the Exploring Energy Show.
And welcome back, everybody. Okay, here we go. Let me get this push right here. David Allen Guest, Certified Mineral Manager, one of our great sponsors on this show. David's been managing royalties and minerals for himself and others for over 40 years now. It's complicated. It's always changing, but David stays on top of it, so you don't have to. This guy is an investment, not an expense. He'll use his experience to help you get the most out of your royalties. And he's going to be a guy you're glad you're doing business with. I mean, he's transparent. He's smart, amiable. It's just everything you could ask for in somebody you were doing business with, especially something that's a revenue source for you, like your minerals and royalties. And if you find yourself in a situation to sell, you don't want somebody taking advantage of you. David's that guy that's going to give you fair market value. He's a buyer of royalties from estates, probates, trusts, and bankruptcies. If you have a question or you need his help, he and his wife, Robin, are anxiously waiting your call. 405-341-8698. David Allen Guest, Certified Mineral Manager. Look him up on the internet or call him at 405-341-8698. ASCO Equipment, wow, this is an outfit that continues to amaze. They want to be a partner in your project, and everybody I talk to that uses ASCO says the same thing, that they do. They become a partner in your project. If you're one of those guys that you got a do-it-yourself job, you just need to rent a piece of equipment for a period of time, go in there and tell them what it is you're wanting to do and how you're wanting to do it, and they will get you the right piece of equipment and give you flexible rental options, daily, weekly, monthly. And if you're in the business and if you're looking for heavy equipment for sale or rent, ASCO is the source. Their pre-owned construction equipment fits your needs and your budget. They'll tell you what your equipment's worth. Trade in. You can trade it in on a newer, used, or brand new piece of equipment. ASCO can help you with that as well. Bart Shields, he's top notch in that area for sure. ASCO is a leading provider for the Oklahoma construction, ag, and energy sectors. The big stuff: tractors, backhoes, track hose, wheel loaders, cranes, dozers, excavators, forklifts. When you partner with ASCO, their equipment repair shop comes right along with it. 200 factory-trained certified technicians on staff, 140 field service trucks, brand new stuff. Talking about latest repair and diagnostic tools right on board. $21 million worth of parts. ASCO is it. Tell them I sent you. ASCOEQ.com online, ASCOEQ.com, or call them at 323-3422. Stop by 513 West 20th Street. They always enjoy people that walk in. They're glad to help you. 323-3422. That's ASCO Equipment. And if your power goes out at midnight or on the weekends, you can call Carter Electric. They provide 24-hour emergency service 7 days a week. On your side of the meter, they'll take care of it. And if you want to make sure your power stays on regardless, Generac, the number one name in home and business generation. They're an authorized Generac generator dealer, which means they can come in and size the generator correctly for you. They can come in and install it correctly, and they can come back and service it. Kervin and Mary Orgain, they're the owners. They're the ones that help you see the light of day even at night. A lot of electric work goes on overhead. Carter Electric has pole trucks, man lifts to get way up high if there's a problem there. Licensed, insured, trusted, it's Carter Electric. Call them at 225-2447, 225-2447. Providing you this hour's weather forecast as a service of Carter Electric. Okay. Chance of showers and thunderstorms before 10 a.m. Then a slight chance of showers between 10 a.m. and 1 p.m. Partly sunny with a high near 94. Light and variable winds becoming north 5 to 7 miles per hour. This morning, chance of precipitation is 40%. Last night, they were saying 100% chance of rain out here. Anyway, clear with a low around 68 tonight. East winds 3 to 7 miles per hour. Sunny and hot Friday. High near 97. Light southeast winds becoming south-southeast to 5 to 10 miles per hour in the morning. Winds could gust as high as 18 miles per hour. Friday night lights. Starting it off at Big Elk football. Mostly clear with a low around 71. South-southeast winds 9 to 11 miles per hour. Gusts as high as 18. Sunny and hot on Saturday, high near 101. South winds at 10 to 18, gusts as high as 26. Saturday night, mostly clear, low around 75. Sunday, sunny and hot, high near 103. Sunday night, a low around 75. Monday, again, sunny and hot, high near 103. A Monday night, clear with a low around 75. Tuesday, sunny and hot with a high near 103. That seems to be the go-to. Tuesday night around 75, mostly clear. Wednesday, sunny and hot, a high near 103. Now, I did hear that there's a possibility of a cool front coming in before Labor Day weekend, which would be really, really nice before the rodeo and for all those that are planning to do something on Labor Day weekend. So, sunny and hot, still a little bit of chance of rain. We need the rain so terribly badly. Anyway, okay. Let's see here. Let me get back over here to this business. Here's some energy news in my briefs. Well, U.S. President Donald Trump said Tuesday this week that all mines had been detonated or removed from international waters off the Straits of Hormuz, that Iran has been told that any ship or boat placing new mines will be destroyed. China is angrily pushing back against the president Trump's administration on new sanctions against Iran that will harm it. China said it would defend its interest against the United States and accused the administration of disrupting the global financial order. And in the latest attack on Russia from Ukraine on Russian refineries, Ukrainian forces hit the 180,000 barrel per day Avitsky refinery in the southern Russian region of Krasnodar. A fire broke out at the refinery as a result of the strike. The governor of Krasnodar region, Veniamin Kadrilov, wrote in a post, "Sabotage is the word. A small UK power facility was forced to shut down for 4 days in July after a cyber attack linked to Iran Nexus hackers," government officials have confirmed. Government officials said the attack, first reported by the Telegraph, was limited to one facility, which they did not identify, but noted there was no wider impact to the country's energy grid. And on the U.S. side of things, Canada is expected to announce retaliatory tariffs on U.S. goods. Again, after President Donald Trump's 50% tariffs on about $20 billion in Canadian goods went into effect over the weekend, with threats of more on the way. On Monday, Ontario Premier Doug Ford told the Associated Press that everything is on the table, including halting the province's critical minerals and electricity exports entirely. Wondered if maybe just secretly they're courting China. It's going to be interesting to see how this plays out. The U.S. EPA looks to eliminate a federal requirement that states seek public input on applications for air pollution permits for data centers and other industrial facilities. When I had Scott on for the regional EPA director, Scott Mason, he talked about the EPA looking to do this. Pacific Court has agreed to suspend all of its ratepayer-funded energy efficiency programs in California due to their current lack of cost-effectiveness, resulting in a 0.7% rate decrease for customers, according to a Friday filing in California's Public Utilities Commission. Canary Media reports a law passed in Illinois in January is turning overlooked land in the Chicago area into some of the most sought-after real estate in the region's energy market for batteries. The Clean and Reliable Grid Affordability Act is driving up one of the largest battery storage build-outs ever seen in that state. It could mean roughly 3 gigawatts of new capacity targeted by 2030. The natural gas output in the United States continues to push to new heights, shattering record after record each year, with domestic production growing even higher. A new assessment from the U.S. Energy Information indicates this year will be another record-breaking year for natural gas production in the U.S. And the White House says it no longer considers data storage and data centers critical technology. The U.S. government issued a revision in its national security, science, and technology strategy. And among the various changes is the reduced focus on high-performance data storage and data centers. Get over here and see what I can do for energy stock prices. There's a spackling of green, but mostly on the red. AEP, American Electric Power, down $1.25 to $122.11. Apache Corporation is down 17 cents to $41.02 a share. Baker Hughes Company down 22 cents, trading at $61.78. ConocoPhillips down $1.58, trading at $129.08. Devon Energy down 27 cents, trading at $46.55 a share. EOG Resources down 85 cents, trading at $143.99. Expand Energy Corp is, actually up 27 cents, trading at $96.84 a share. General Electric down $7.15, but still trading at $347.21 a share. Halliburton Company down 0.6 cents to $34.38. Helmerich and Payne, H&P, down 29 cents to $41.10. Liberty Energy is up 6 cents to $18.57 a share. OG&E Energy Corp down 52 cents, trading at $46.03. ONEO down $1.04, trading at $93.86. Occidental Petroleum down 26 cents, trading at $58.36. Phillips 66 is down 41 cents, trading at $241.94. Sandridge Energy down 6 cents, trading at $13.85. Schlumberger down 33 cents to $53.57. And Williams Company down 72 cents, trading at $73.69. Okay, going to be back tomorrow with another edition of the Exploring Energy Radio Show. Looking forward to that. Anthony Moore is our scheduled guest next Friday. Oh, no, actually, we're moving this Friday. Have yourself a great day. We'll have Anthony Moore tomorrow.
Winning a prize for your best girl. That's what country sounds like. Thanks for making us number one. 96.5 KECO.
Fox News, I'm Deborah Valentine. Closing arguments are expected to take place today in the triple murder trial of Lindsay Clancy in Massachusetts.